Another short delay in the trial of former New England Patriot Aaron Hernandez. With the trial set to resume today, the judge declared a temporary recess due to an issue with a juror. When testimony resumes, jurors will continue hearing from the girlfriend of Odin Lloyd, the man Hernandez is accused of killing. They will also hear from Lloyd's mother today. In testimony Friday, Shanae Jenkins, whose sister was engaged to Aaron Hernandez, described the relationship between Hernandez and Lloyd as the, quote, beginning of a friendship. And joining me now is trial lawyer Michael Grieco. Michael, thank you so much for your time.
Tamron, good morning.
Let's talk about this testimony that we heard Friday. As to point out, court should resume here soon after this issue with the juror is remedied. But let me play sound from Shanae Jenkins as she described her boyfriend Odin Lloyd's relationship with Aaron Hernandez. Let's play it.
Do you know of any occasion where the two of them ever were getting together in your absence, meaning not involving you and your sister?
Just the one that I was made aware of the weekend that he was murdered.
How would you have described their relationship?
Like beginning stages of a friendship. From what I'm aware of, they were only really around each other and communicated when I was there. Me and my sister were present.
Now, she described the two smoking marijuana also together. But, Michael, obviously, the court is trying to clarify and get the jurors to see the full picture of the relationship between these two men.
Right. Well, the defense theory is that Aaron Hernandez and Odin Lloyd were very good friends, that there's no way he would have any motive to kill the victim in this case. The prosecutors are trying to anticipate that, and they're trying to go out and say, listen, these guys barely knew each other. This was a new relationship, and there's no way that these guys were the types of friends that the defense is alleging.
And the defense also in the opening statement tried to make the point that, listen, this is a guy, Aaron Hernandez, who was a star on the team. You know, obviously the timing of this so interesting as well. You've got the football, the Super Bowl going to the New England Patriots, and their parade planned just very near where he is on trial. But the bottom line is the defense is pointing out that he was a star on the rise and had no motive or motivation in the world to kill his friend.
Well, Tamron, reminding you that motive is not an element of homicide. It's not really an element of a lot of crimes. And in this circumstance, the prosecution really has to get over that hump, even though it's not an element of the crime. So, yes, the defense has a good position when they're saying, listen, this guy had way too much to lose. Why would he go out and do this? And the prosecution's having a hard time rebutting that. They're having a hard time presenting any case where Aaron Hernandez had a legitimate reason to go out and kill this person.
How complicated is it that you have Odin Lloyd's girlfriend who's just testifying? We showed some of her testimony. She is the sister of Aaron Hernandez, his fiance, and I believe they are still engaged and still, you know, together.
Yeah, well, not only are they engaged, but she's technically a state witness. She's been listed by the prosecution. She's currently under prosecution for perjury, and she has an immunity deal that has not been disclosed. So we don't know if she's going to testify, if she's not going to testify. And if she does, we don't know if she's going to take the Fifth Amendment or whether or not she's going to go ahead and testify for or against the defendant, in this case, Mr. Hernandez.
Do we know any more about this issue with the juror that resulted in this temporary delay?
No, with a lot of the juror matters, the judges use their discretion to keep that out of the general public. They try not to make that a public issue, and they usually do that behind closed doors. And this way, we'll find out as the trial goes on or maybe after the trial. But right now, they don't want to do anything to taint the process.
Again, once they resume, we'll hear more testimony from the girlfriend of Odin Lloyd as well as his mother. Thank you so much for joining us. My great pleasure having you on. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.